Hi, this is Holly with Presence Point, and we are wrapping up our series on Habakkuk today. And I love the fact that as we look at chapter 3, you're going to see the beautiful hope. Remember, we said the mega themes of Habakkuk were struggle and doubt, God's sovereignty, and hope. And today we are in the hope of chapter 3, which I just love. This is a prayer of Habakkuk the prophet. So he's complained, God has answered. He's complained again, God has answered again and assured him that he will take care of those Babylonians, the Chaldeans that are so evil. And so this is what Habakkuk prays. O Lord, I have heard the report of you, and your work, O Lord, do I fear. In the midst of the years, revive it. In the midst of the years, make it known. In wrath, remember mercy. That is verse 2 of chapter 3. And I want to read that to you out of the NIV version. Lord, I've heard of your fame. I stand in awe of your deeds, O Lord. Renew them in our day. In our time, make them known. And in wrath, remember mercy. Don't you love that? Renew them in our day, in 2020, just like you did 2,700 years ago. In our time, make them known. Today, in 2020, Father, in wrath, remember mercy. God came from Teman and the holy mountain from Mount Paran. His splendor covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. His brightness was like the light. Rays flashed from his hand, and there he veiled his power. Chapter 3 continues, before him went pestilence and plague, followed at his heels. Think about the pestilence and the plague that we're dealing with in 2020. He stood and measured the earth. He looked and shook the mountains. Then the eternal mountains were scattered. The everlasting hills sank low. His were the everlasting ways. There's the hope that Habakkuk says. Our God's, were the everlasting ways. I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction. The curtains of the land of Midian did tremble. Was your wrath against the rivers, O Lord? Was your anger against the rivers, or your indignation against the sea, when you rode on your horses or on your chariot of salvation? You stripped the sheath from your bow, calling for your many arrows. You split the earth with rivers. The mountains saw you and writhed. The raging waters swept on. The deep gave forth its voice. It's lifted its hands on high. The sun and moon stood still in their place. Pause. Time stood still. Yes, God can do that. He created it. He can do whatever he wants with it. And so the hope that Habakkuk sees here, the sun and moon stood still in their place at the light of your arrows as they sped, at the flash of your glittering spear. You marched through the earth in fury. You threshed the nations in anger. You went out of the salvation of your people for the salvation of your anointed. You crushed the head of the house of the wicked, laying him bare from thigh to neck. You pierced with his own arrows the heads of his warriors, who came like a whirlwind to scatter me, rejoicing as if to devour the poor in secret. You trampled the sea with your horses, the surging of mighty waters. Think about what Habakkuk is saying happened here. God stripped, God split, God marched, God threshed, he went out, he crushed, he pierced, he trampled. And then chapter 3, verse 16. I hear and my body trembles. My lips quiver at the sound. Rottenness enters into my bones. My legs tremble beneath me. Yet I will quietly wait for the day of trouble to come upon people who invade us. The Chaldeans, i.e. the Babylonians, he said, because I know you are God, because I know you make the earth quake and time can stand still, it's simply your decision and your voice or your thought. I will wait for the day of trouble to come upon people who invade us. I will quietly wait, is what I wrote in my journal here. I will quietly wait. And then Habakkuk finishes this beautiful book by saying, basically, that he rejoices in the Lord, just as we must do when we have doubt, when we have struggle, remembering that God is sovereign and looking at the hope we have as shepherd leaders in him. Though the fig tree should not blossom, nor fruit be on the vines, the produce of the olive fail, and the yields yield no food, the flock be cut off from the fold, and there be no herd in the stalls. Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will take joy in the God of my salvation. No matter what he's saying, I will rejoice in the Lord. That is where faith lives. The just shall live by faith that we read in chapter 2, that's where faith is, right? That evidence of hope and trust we have in what we can't see. God, the Lord, is my strength. He makes my feet like the deer's. He makes me tread on my high places. I love that. God, the Lord, is my strength. Nehemiah says, the joy of the Lord is my strength. David calls God his strength. And what Habakkuk is saying here is, he makes my feet like the deer's. I can run like crazy, like the wind. He makes me tread on the high places. My hope is in the Father. And at the end of the day, while I'm waiting for what I think is justice, while I am or you are in your moment, whatever it looks like where you are, waiting for the God of the universe, whom you think is missing it, whom you might think is waiting too long, who you think is just not taking action, is working in his timing, in his perfect way, in his perfect will, in his perfect timing. Just like the little clock I referenced a few vlogs ago, that beautiful little crystal oval clock that my dear friend gave me. God's timing is always perfect. So like Habakkuk, shepherd leader friend, shepherd leader dad, mom, pastor, CEO, board member, volunteer, friend, may you wait quietly on the Lord. May you wait in his sovereignty. May you wait in his hope. And may you wait knowing that he will never, ever let you down. May you live deeply into your calling this week. Thanks so much for joining us for this series. Thanks so much for loving shepherding. Bless you all. Take care.